Alright, let's check out what's going on with JASMY. So let's start off with the macro time frame and then we'll hop into the smaller time frame. So starting off with the daily. In my opinion, I really do think we have bottomed around this 786 Fibonacci region. Now, I have been saying I think we're coming down to this region. We have now back tested it. This is really the time where we want to see a big impulse. This was really like the last line in the sand. I can't really draw any more lines below us and say, oh, if we come down to this level and have a reversal, we'll be bullish. Because previously, I've got to go off the data we've got. We've only had two bottoms that are similar to this. And in the first time, we came down, back tested the 786, and had a big impulse within... Well, I mean, we had an impulse, and then we cooled off for like a week, and then we headed back up. So we could be seeing something like that. Nonetheless, while we are above 1.9 cent, I do remain bullish on JASMY. I do think this is the bottom. I've been calling for this since we were all the way up here at 3 cent. We are now finally down at this region. It is starting to look like a bottom for me. There's a few reasons why. On the higher time frame, starting off, MFI, the money flow indicator is completely done. Like, we have never come down this low. Like, if I draw it down to here, you can see we've come near enough that low, but we've literally never head down to 11 on the MFI before. I really do have to assume that this is the bottom for JASMY. The money has completely left JASMY. And if we come over to the market cap, I mean, I don't know how much more this can go down, if it will go down, because, you know, there's only 96 million market cap, and that's a different story with the fully diluted. That has nothing to do with the amount of money that is in it, though. That is... That's more to do with the total supply of JASMY, as there's only 10% of the supply out. This would have to be the market cap if JASMY was to remain at this price. Nonetheless, assuming they don't dump the complete supply of JASMY on us within the next day or so, then JASMY won't go down 90%. So if we look at the market cap, less than 100 million, I think the people who are still holding this are people who have probably strong conviction. Most of them are probably retail traders. I really don't think there's any, you know, smart money or whales in this. And when I say smart money, I don't mean people who are investing in JASMY are dumb. I simply mean that you're not going to find, you know, an accredited investor like Michael Saylor or anyone from Wall Street touching JASMY with a 10-foot barge pole. It's just not going to happen. It is all retail traders. But nonetheless, 786, this needs to hold. I've highlighted this. If this doesn't hold, then we're going to have one more flush out to the lows, which is a 43% drop. And like I said, looking at the market cap, it doesn't look like it's going to have a 43% drop. I don't see JASMY down at a 40 million market cap after what we've done. I mean, if we come over to the yearly, we were up here at 440 million, and now we're down here at like 90. So I don't see us coming back to these market cap levels. That's all I've got in the longer time frame. Once again, we need to have a strong push up. If you're watching this video and we've just landslided below 1.9 cent, it is done. We're heading down another 43%. But like I said, my gut feeling is that we are going to hold this region. I've been saying this since we were up here. I've been saying my gut feelings we're going to have a flush out and then a big move up. That's still what I'm expecting. We've had the move down. I'm waiting for the move up now. Now, if we look at the 4 hour, actually, let's go over to the 1 hour. Bulls are starting to take back control. This is a good sign. We're seeing big pumps in volume as we are coming back above these hourly EMA ribbons. In the very short term, I'd like to see a big pump above 2.1 cent. We would then flip the hourly EMA ribbons. We could potentially fire those as a long within the next 12 hours or so. But nonetheless, the bread and butter of this, looking at the 4 hour, the bears are really starting to lose control. We still do have a ways to go. Bear in mind, this is beat down so hard on the bearish momentum because we've had an absolute landslide since we've fallen out of this this pennant slash descending triangle. I personally don't think we're going to go any lower, but nonetheless, I'm not FOMOing in right now. I'm not looking to buy until we really do confirm this as a bottom. I mean, I'd be looking for a slight push up before I enter. At least on the hourly time frames, I'd like to see the EMA ribbons fire a buy before I do consider, you know, entering the market on JASMY. Nonetheless, macro time frame is really calling this as the bottom. Market cap is saying, you know, it's basically do or die right now. I think this is the make or break for JASMY, and I necessarily don't see JASMY failing this backtest of the 786. I do think we are starting to head up. Nonetheless, 4 hour time frame, We do need to get above both 2.1 and 2.2 cent. 2.1 to flip the hourly EMAs, and we need to get above 2.2 in the short term because we really need to start heading above these 4 hourly EMAs. If we head up and get another rejection and start to come down, it's going to be very sticky on our next retest of the 786. But like I said, even if we're looking at this on the 4 hour, we're seeing a big pump in volume since we came down to my price target. So obviously people saw this price target down here the same as I did. There's obviously some people that were, you know, drawing their fibs and saying, oh, I'm going to buy at the 786 if we come down, and it looks like people were buying. So a massive spike in volume. I want to see continuation before I consider entering JASMY. Now where could that continuation potentially come from? Now I think personally this local high would be a good region to flip as well. So 2.3 cent, once we get above 2.3, we're going to start pushing these EMA ribbons on the 4 hour to the upside. Hourly would have long fired a buy signal. Squeeze momentum indicator would definitely be in the favor of the bulls, but just to let you know, the much higher time frame, the bears are still in control, and I don't want to, you know, say that this is a bad sign that we are seeing all this bearish momentum to the downside on the daily. It is to be expected after you've completely landslided from all the way down here, a 61% drop from the peak. I mean, we were covering this at the peak saying we're going to be conservative and wait for backtests. I mean, we could have got in here. Now we're, you know, sitting at a 61% discount for JASMY. So it's definitely looking good. It's a good day to be a conservative trader and wait for backtests. That's all I'm going to say. But nonetheless, you know, the bulls are starting to take back control. Within the next 8 hours or so, if you're seeing a pump above 2.3 cent, I imagine the bulls would be back in control on the 4 hour. That's really what I need to see to enter the market. So keep your eyes on 2.3 cent. That's a very important level to break. That is where I am considering to enter a trade on JASMY. That's all I've got for you. Not financial advice. Once again, just what I see in the market. And yeah, cowboy out. Peace. I'll update you tomorrow.